Good Sunday morning, and God, I do thank you for the opportunity just to say, God, I thank you. I'm going to start this way this morning. Early voting has started in the state of Florida. And each county, the dates are different, but here in Duval County, the dates are August the 7th through August the 16th. Also, here in the state of Florida, Florida is a closed primary state, and I'll explain to you what that means. For a person such as myself, I am not affiliated with a party, Democrat or Republican. So I am allowed to vote in early voting, but I'm only allowed to vote for judges, amendments, things of that nature. I can't vote for primary candidates. So to help you better understand that, if you're not affiliated with a Republican or the Democratic Party, you're registered as an independent, you will not be able to vote in the primary for a candidate. We can vote on the midterms in November, but not for a person doing early voting for the primaries. So if there are amendments and you got your sample ballots, you look, there's judges, there's a school board, other things that are out there. Just, if you're going to vote early, make sure you know what you're going to vote for. And before you get there and be put in a situation where I couldn't vote for this person, I couldn't vote for that person, understand why if you're not affiliated. Getting that out of the way. I want to talk to you this morning about self-inflicted wounds. And the reason that I've chosen that to be a topic of conversation, I listen as I'm out talking, listening, hearing. I hear a lot of complaints concerning relationships, persons of choices. And as I'm listening, I'm paying attention and hearing everything that you're complaining about, in most cases, had everything to do with the choice that you chose and your partner. It wasn't the fact that they didn't change to be who you expected them to be. They gave you who they were and you accepted it. And in some cases, you were hoping it would change, or let's try it a different way. During the time of being in that relationship, some marriages, whatever it may have been, you matured to the next level. They maintained and stayed where they were. You outgrew what you were in. They're fine. You are upset with the situation, so you have allowed yourself to become somewhat of a victim. You still haven't had the actual conversation with the person that you are having the issues with, only because you are afraid of getting to a place of having to change. So to make it fit better, feel better, be better, you become a victim and you allow yourself the opportunity to share with others who will lend their ear and walk away feeling better for the moment because they co-sign. If that's what works for you, that's what works for you. It's okay. I'm going to utilize myself just for a second. I've been married for 25 years. And I can share a story with you, or stories about my wife from a standpoint, who she is or who she isn't. But the one thing I will give her credit for, and everything that I'm sharing right now, no, it does not work for me all the time. But the one thing I'll give her credit for, when we talk, we discuss. Sometimes they change. The majority of the time they do not. The consistency is there. And I'm able and mature enough to be able to sit, watch, look, realize. It's not that she failed to be who I needed her to be. It's the fact that I didn't do the research needed to recognize, or I didn't know what I was looking for at the time when I was so-called looking, and here's where we ended up. And this is not me saying I'm in a worse case scenario, because that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is I'm adult enough to realize, and I'm defending her from a standpoint, she's consistent with who she's been. I can argue points, I can say whatever I feel I want to say, but she hasn't changed from day one. We've gotten older. And I'm not at a place that I'll say I have matured past her, because I haven't. I've just adjusted to life, because I've dealt with things that she has not dealt with, and I see things from a different lens. But I take ownership. So if I'm ever discussing whatever it is I'm discussing, I'm just discussing it. I'm not a victim of anything, because I also have a choice, if that's where my heart is, that I can move past it to get to wherever it is I'm trying to go, or where I think I need to go. Let me repeat. Is this a negative shot at my wife? No. This is transparency and allowing whoever's listening to understand I am in a place where I can look in the mirror and understand. No, not everything is perfect. No, not everything is going the way I want it to go. But everything that I'm getting is what I signed up for in the beginning, because the consistency of who I am married to, she's true to who she's been. There are discussions, there are conversations. I do talk. She hears me. And if I get to a place where, you know what, I can't do this anymore, then I've got to be the adult and recognize my worth and move past that. Just something to think about, because I know I can get on here, and so many people can, and I can't believe this, I can't believe that. I want you to understand I see it from both sides. I'm not sitting here looking down my nose at anyone. I'm talking directly to whoever I'm talking to, and if you're talking back, I can hear you with an open mind. Just something to think about. No victims. Being adult, taking on responsibilities, but also looking in the mirror. So I've said all that to say this. A lot of the issues that you are so-called dealing with, you created them for yourself, but not being brave enough to speak your mind and let your partner know, let yourself know what's better for you and what you need to do in order to become the better person that is there. It's not an easy transition, but how important is it to you if that is what you truly want? Or just continue to be who you are, where you are, and stop playing the victim when at the end of the day, that's not who you are. There are true victims out there. In most cases, we're not one of them. Hey, do me a favor. Be blessed on this Sunday morning. Give thanks on this Sunday morning. I am not coming on here saying anything negative or downplaying anybody's feelings about whatever it is they're dealing with. I'm just giving you some perspective on, maybe you may need to have a conversation with yourself while looking at yourself to get a better understanding on whether or not you're victimized or the wounds are self-inflicted. Take care.